I want to get a live reaction on it.
Oh no.
So, do you know Antonio Inoki or the great Inoki, the great Antonio?
I know of him, but I don't know him personally.
Yeah, but you've seen him like in wrestling. He's been
Oh,
around
yeah.
a long time.
Oh yeah.
Big deal for like wrestling and stuff. All right, so a long time ago, these two guys fought. Great Antonio's on the left, Antonio Inoki's on the right.
Yeah.
This is what happens. Hey, girls, keep it down. This is actually pretty crazy. Ain't gonna be no sound to it. We're just gonna watch it. But
It's where they actually got in a fight.
yeah. Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hell, it's funny.
Hell yeah. He whips that big guy's ass.
Hell yeah, he does. It's so Antonio Inoki actually is the founders of some of the first MMA promotions in Japan, and he was a pro wrestler first.
Yeah.
Over in Japan, they think if he slaps the shit out of you, that means like a blessing from God. Check this out. He's like, all right, we're doing this WWE, motherfucker.
Big guy's done out breath.
Yeah, it's wild. He's sandbagging on him. He ain't selling nothing. He's
He
doing.
wasn't selling shit. And you ain't supposed to do that.
Yeah, like, dude, he just drop kicked you. You got to fall back a little bit.
Fall, stumble, something, you fat turd.
Looks like Grandpa James, kind of, if you think about it.
In a way now, but come on.
If he had big hair.
Yeah, if he'd had hair.
And Grandpa James had an attitude to him. I loved him to death, but he had a not uppity attitude, but he had attitude to him.
He was a
Look
one
at
in a
him.
million.
Oh, look at
See,
you.
that'd be pissing me off right there. He's slapping the fuck out of him, and he's not selling none of it.
No, look, dude, he's about to stomp. Oh,
Right in the nose.
douche. And like people can say, well, wrestling's fake. That is not. That is almost a dead body. That is almost a dead body.
Yeah, he's out.
He's like, what happened? We supposed to fake? I'm fake.
Wrestling ain't fake.
Yeah.
Fake.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah.
I mean, can you get hit in the head with a fucking metal chair? And
And it not hurt or not get a concussion? No.
no, you can't.
It is sports entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is sports entertainment.
And that's okay. There's predetermined outcome, which is not everyone knows that now. But like for a long time, people was like, "Is it fake?" Well, like, dude, they're not really like cutting each other's necks and stuff. But now, when I was a kid, remember when I think it was Shawn Michaels got his neck stomped in the chair by Kane? Do you remember that? I thought that was real. I was at Grandma Linda's house when I seen that, and I thought 100%, 1,000,000% fact.
It broke his neck.
I was like, dude, he stomped me. Man, what the hell? This is supposed to be wrestling. I was like 6. But so how did you get into wrestling? What brought that about?
I got out of the Army in 95, and I met a guy named the Demon Master. I love to watch him wrestle.
He's still blowing the fire too, ain't
He's
he?
still blowing the fire over at KOT in Rome, Georgia. He trained me first, and I had several others that helped train me too. But he's the one that got me started in it.
That's pretty cool. Actually, I'll tell you a funny story. We was booking a show, the last Rainsville show, and I think I'm a showman at the very end of every day. I like doing showmanship. It's fun for me. I've even mentioned it to you about reaching out to him and having him come out and blowing some smoke, man. But he told me, he said, no, it's so greasy that you wouldn't want to do it anywhere near the ring.
Mm-mm.
And then I don't know that DeWitt would want that out in the middle of.
Probably not.
But it looks cool, man.
It's cool as hell. It really is.
It's very cool. He's a nice guy. He's got a son that lives around here too, don't he?
He's got 2 sons.
Okay. What's their name?
If you hadn't asked me, I could have told you. They're both cops in Gadsden.
Okay. Oh, pigs.
No.
Pigs or
Not
cops?
They're police officers. They're good police officers now.
All right. Why do you think a lot of since we're on the subject of pigs, there was an episode the other day on a kid's show. You can drink all that. You won't, just be careful driving. There was an episode the other day on a kid's show. I think it was called Blippy. And he was like, we're going to come up with a word for every letter in this word. And they're spelling out police. And this is a kid's show. This is on YouTube.
Kids show.
Yeah. And he goes, puh. Do you know any letters that start with the letter P? And everybody's like, what letter is it? People, pole, anything. And he goes, puh, pig. It's a kid's show, man. He goes,
Oh my gosh.
and it's like, what are you going to do, man? As far as that goes on the subject of police, I think it's kind of weird that that a lot of people have to say, well, he's a good one. Right? Why do you think that's so much around here? He's one of the good ones. Because I've seen some asshole ones around here. Some of them are great. The great ones are great. Steve Bobbitt, Gary Williams, the cat over here working for not Rainsville, but
Sylvania,
heading towards Scottsboro.
Jackson County, or Powell's.
The guy
Chief.
Yes.
Hey, he's an awesome guy.
Nice young man.
Awesome guy. Cops really get bad attitudes or bad reps, let me rephrase that, because I believe they let the job go to their head. When they want to stop somebody, they want to act all big and bad, and they are to a point. But just because somebody does something wrong, don't mean you got to be a dickhead to them or
No.
a shithead.
That's not your job.
No, your job is to, hey, you done this wrong. There's nothing really I can do about that, but you are going to have to go to jail and pay the consequences. You don't got to be a prick to somebody, beat somebody up
Yep.
when you stop them, hit them when they're in jail.
Call them a druggie, crazy
Call them a
stuff.
druggie. I believe you ought to be able to go to a police officer and talk to that man in confidence. Now, that being said,
There's certain stuff you can't do.
I tried that one time and it bit me in the ass.
We're already on it then. If you're
Let's
going to
just
talk
own
about
it.
it, tell the story. Tell me what happened.
Okay.
Because then after you tell the story, I'm going to tell you the story as I heard it. Now, if you say it and it sounds exact same way, go ahead.
All right. I was dating a young lady. We ain't gonna mention no names.
Oh,
I don't think there's no need in that. No.
There's not.
No. I had a problem with, drugs. Okay. I was with her when she bought something.
Yeah.
While she was in there getting it, I was on the phone with somebody I thought I could trust. Not gonna mention their name either, but everybody pretty much knows who it is.
Well, the interactions that I've had with that guy, he's an ass, man. It's almost like he takes pride in ruining people's lives. He's always like, I found the dope. They got dope on them. I know they do. Now, he's like that all the time. Like, and that's just
99% of the time, yes.
That's not a way to be. That's not your job.
If you're going to be a police officer, you need to be one that people can look up to and be able to go to talk to that person in confidence.
Yeah.
Now, I know they got a job to do, and I understand that. But you don't got to be a prick to somebody that's doing something wrong and it's talking to you in confidence.
Yes.
Now, back to the story. The young lady I was with, she had went and got some pills. Just say pills.
And they're so easy to get around.
It's easy anywhere, where it be here, Gadsden,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. Well, while she was in there getting them, I made a phone call and said, hey, we're at this place. We've got this and this. My friend's got needs help. She got a drug problem. She needs help. I want to get her help. Well, this officer said, we'll just get in touch with me tomorrow. I said, okay, I'll get in touch with you tomorrow. Well, we was coming back from where she had got the stuff, and we passed the Sylvania football field, and there he sat, waiting on me because he knew how I went home. Because he used to come pick me up at the house, and I would ride with him.
Now, at the time, you was riding with him pretty regular.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I mean, and I liked riding with him. I thought he was pretty cool.
You didn't feel like an asshole riding with him?
No, I didn't really, because I acted totally different. If I got to get out of the car and go ask somebody questions, which being a reserve officer, we had to get the regular cops permission, to do that kind of stuff. We couldn't just jump and run out of the car.
Yeah.
So, I try to be respectful to people unless they was disrespectful to me. I think that's the only reason, it's the only time a cop or police officer, should be, when they got to use their big boy voice.
Some people do deserve to have their asses whooped.
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah, for sure.
Like child molesters, men that hit women. I don't believe in men hitting
Or
women.
just a mouthy person
Just a
thinking you're
mouthy
not going to whoop
person
their ass. Some people deserve
slap
an
the
ass
shit
whooping.
out of slap the shit out of them, tell them to shut the fuck up.
Stop
and be
doing
done.
this. Stop being this
Please.
way.
But you want to be nice about it first.
Yeah, hey, please, you're being an asshole, man.
But being a cop, you can't just slap the shit out of somebody
No.
for being a dickhead. You got to go about it the proper way.
You don't get to pick who deserves to have their ass whooped.
No, really, you don't.
Yeah.
But anyway, he followed me to my house.
Vicky, check the sound.
As soon as we pulled in my driveway, he pulled us over in my yard. Before, right when he pulled us over, I wouldn't want nobody to go to jail.
Yeah.
So I got the pills and I put them in my pants.
Yeah.
But, that didn't really do no damn good.
No.
And he asked me, and I really ain't going to lie about nothing.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I got them.
Did you text him or call?
I won't say I text him, but
God.
text him. That might have been what it was, yes. And got arrested for drug possession, drug paraphernalia.
If I'm in that situation, now I've made fun of you enough, so I'm not going to make fun of you now. I would never have texted him. I would have went to the house.
No, I went about it all wrong.
That guy's not cool, man. Now, I understand they can't let drugs happen, yada, 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 yada. At the end of the day, You never should text that guy.
No, I shouldn't have.
At the very least, called him. You know, at most, called him. Like, man, I'm picking up some drugs. But now he told you it was cool. That's another thing, man.
He said, "Hey, he didn't say, hey, I'm gonna be waiting on your ass."
No, it kind of feels like entrapment a little.
And
Is that not entrapment?
I really don't know. I don't know all the laws. I really don't. If I hadn't got arrested, I probably went to the police academy.
Yeah.
I was wanting to. I'd done talked to them about it. And I got arrested, and most everybody was pretty nice that night, but there was a few that was pissed off at me because, you know, what I'd done.
Yeah.
I took the blame for something that wasn't mine.
Like they're not out doing stuff too, though.
I couldn't talk for other people. I don't know.
I'm not saying they all are, but I know. I can't say I know, but okay. So what I'm seeing a lot is there's one young officer there. I ain't gonna say his name. I ain't got to. He knows me. I know him. I'm just talking about my interaction with him. So I started working at the jail, and I took the job as like, okay, I'm gonna get to help people some, and then be a cop, right? Now I went and ran for Rainsville. I smoked everybody out. Smoked everybody. I was in fight shape at that time. I was walking around 170. I was looking sharp. Outran everybody out, push up everybody out, sat up everybody.
Let me ask, you didn't have a certain name, oh, did you?
I didn't though. I didn't have a buddy to put in a word for me. So I got up there and like I'm lapping people. We started the run. I knew the run was the hardest. I just fucking hate running. You know, go run.
Nobody does.
Yeah, I knew that would be the hardest part. But I was out here running for fights anyway. And so I just kind of would judge it. You know, they said run it's like a mile and a half in 16 minutes. That's not hard. No. You can walk that. So I started running out here, and I got my time down to like I don't want to lie, but like 12 minutes or 14. It might have been like 14, 15, something like that. It wasn't no great time. I'm not an athlete like that. But I got to where it was like that, and I got up there, and I smoked everything out. And I said, I'm going to start at the front of the pack, and I'm going to say if they catch me, I'll keep up with them. I said, but I'm going to start at the front. Mm-hmm. And if they catch me, all right, I better catch up. And that's how I'll gauge my time because I didn't have my phone on me. I threw my earbuds in and just started running. So I start running, and all of a sudden I realized ain't no motherfucker here catching me. They ain't catching me a bit.
You wanted to do the best you could do.
I just wanted to get the time. I knew I could get the job. So I was like, man, ain't none of these people catching me. All of a sudden, I'm lapping them. And I'm just like, no, man, I'm the only motherfucker that's in shape for the academy. I'm the only motherfucker that has the background to actually peacefully handle a person. I said, I'm ready. I'm the guy. So I get to the end of it, and I'm yelling at the chief. It's the chief at Rainsville at the time, and like their workout buddies and stuff. I'm like, give me that job. Y'all know what's up. I showed up. I did this shit. I did the test, man. I smoked it out. And I said, when y'all gonna call me? I wasn't an asshole. I was like, when will I know? When will y'all call me? Let me know. I didn't get the job, man. This other guy, very nice guy. Yeah. I can say his name. Hunter Mueller, very, very nice young man to me. Always polite. I was so mad at him for the longest that he got the job and I didn't. And not in a negative way. It was just like, man, I smoked y'all, dog. Like I smoked y'all's head. And I just felt like I had earned it, and it wasn't give to me because I didn't have someone kind of vouch for my name and stuff. And that's weird. Why is it so much like that around here? Why you got to know somebody to kind of get a leg up here in Rainsville? Rainsville's the same today as it was 50 years ago.
Whether it's Rainsville or Sylvania, I think it all boils down to your last name and who you are.
And we ain't shit, and that bugs me.
I'm not shit. Everybody around here knows it. But when I got in trouble, when I got arrested.
Quit, please.
On another note, I did have some of the people down there at the sheriff's department still talk to me. Friends with me.
There's some good people down there.
Awesome people. Would I go back if they let me? If I had a chance to go back today? I don't know. Probably not. But I love working with the community.
Yeah.
Now. The people at the fire department, I'm not going to mention no names there. There's not one person at the fire department that ever turned their back on me like people turned their back on me down there.
Yeah.
Them guys were there from day one, stood behind me, never looked down on me. And if it hadn't been for them putting in good words for me, I would probably be in jail right now.
That's cool, man. Well, there's good people and everything. And, I know you always kind of like me. You want the name to matter, and I'm very aware. I'm very aware that my name doesn't matter here. I'm aware of that. I'm gonna go back to who I was talking about in the police department later. One time, One thing I do know that I can do is I can put upwards of 2,500 people in a building in the middle of fucking nowhere. Ain't nobody else in DeKalb County doing nothing like that.
No.
Not here, not middle of nowhere. They can say whatever they want. I ain't got to stay here, and I'm more than likely not. I'm already looking at moving. I'm doing all my stuff. But I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that I can put 2,500 people in a building as long as I do mind my P's and Q's. I've done it. I can put 1,400 people in a building. I can put 750 in a building on a bad day. Most people around here are having trouble doing 50 people on a good day. Y'all don't know people like that. Y'all don't do what I do. So as far as one thing I know for sure is if my name was a different last name, I would have zero problems getting sponsor help around here. I would have zero problems being on the front page of the Times Journal. And this is not a bitter, this is fact. Zero hard time being on the cover of Times Journal. Zero hard time being on the cover of the Southern Torch, shining light on the dark destiners, whatever the hell y'all are saying. It makes me angry, but not in the sense of like, oh, woe is me. It's a chip on my shoulder. Y'all are going to die here. I might die here at a later date, but I'm going to run something with my life first. And if I don't, I'm going to swing at the ball. I always used to say, I said, aim for the stars, right? What's the worst case? End up in trailer park. We good. We okay. We done been trailer park, man. We out here, man. Leave me alone. I remember, and you drink all you want. I remember, though, when we first started, the Southern Torch told me that they wanted the broadcasting rights. Not the broadcasting rights, but the media rights. I told them, of course. But we need front page, and we need to all blow our shit up. Yeah. When we're coming to town, man, it needs to be front page. Hey, they're coming out. They're preaching about God and Jesus. They ain't selling no liquor. It's good, clean fun for the most part.
Yeah.
We've had a couple of hiccups, but like, man, people are fighting. Y'all are having hiccups at football games. Y'all are having hiccups. People, how many
baseball games?
How many people's cussing you at baseball games?
We've had umpires attacked by fans at baseball games.
Okay, so there you go. And it just, like I told him, yeah, and it just wasn't that. And I know for a fact, if it was Nick or John or whoever Nick or John or any of their cousins or nephews or something, man, that'd have been shoved. I had 11 shows. I got 11 people plus on TV. That's batting 100. That's batting 100. And all I had was Facebook and a mouth that runs, man. I talked my shit, and I made people think those are the most important people in the world, because they are sometimes. They are to me, especially at that time when I'm doing a show. Those are the most important people. Yeah. It's my job to tell you how fucking cool they are, why you need to buy a ticket from them. A little extra help would have been nice. There was great sponsors. And another thing that I heard, just talking about all that, I was talking to a guy about getting a loan at the bank, and he told me, he said, hey, man, don't go to the bank and tell them your idea. And I said, well, why not? He said, here's what's going to happen around here. You're going to go to the bank, and they're going to tell you, no, they can't give you that money. And they're going to turn right around and tell their buddy who they can give that money to about that money-making idea, man. And that's crazy to me. That don't sound like a fair shake.
It's that way everywhere. Like, you can have a good idea, like where you work at, but if certain people don't like it, they're going to shoot that idea down.
Yeah.
And then 2 or 3 weeks later, they'll come up with that idea.
Yeah.
And it's the greatest idea in the world.
Yeah, in the world. God told them to do it, man. Connie Rowell asked, you know Connie?
I believe I do.
Yeah, I believe it's Big Boys Bail Bonds. She asked who I'm talking to. Connie, this is my dad. This is Matthew McAlpin. I'm here with my pops. Back to that boy at the jail. So this is like, when I got the job at the jail, I knew it was going to be a buddy system, but I wasn't sure how much. I got in. I go to my job. My first day, they're like, hey, man, you're going to be on night shift. This guy's going to be your boss. And I heard who it was, and then I heard about this other guy. And I ain't going to run him into the ground. We're cordial when we see each other. And my boss was nice to me, especially considering that there was a buddy system. He was nice enough to me. I'm not running his name into the dirt. His name's Zito, Chris Zito. He was
great guy,
very polite to me.
Great guy.
It just so happened that his damn buddy got on the same shift as me. So I was almost never going to get the same shake at the stick. I did a good job, whatever. This isn't about them. It's just as soon as I knew they were going to be on the shift together, I asked to be changed. I said, man, please don't. Please let me go to any other shift. Not because Zito's mean to me. Just because I really don't want to. I don't want to be with you and your best friend somewhere. Yeah. Right? I'm cool-ish. I was the least cool person in that room always because of just the attitude.
It's the buddy system.
The attitude that his buddy had and the buddy system because of it. It was just a weird feel. Great people that I worked with there, though. Hannah Weathers, Dustin Bailey.
I didn't have a problem with nobody down there, really. No. They was all great people. Every officer I ever rode with, but Miss Brooke up here.
Such a sweet lady.
She's a nice lady,
Dude,
great
that's a
officer
good
to work.
cop.
Great officer to work with. She couldn't have a better attitude.
No,
Probably
never.
the best attitude officer I rode with.
Yep. Great lady.
Her and her dog.
Yes, very sweet. What about Steve Bobbitt, man?
Steve was a great man.
That was a good man. He really was.
Good man. Awesome guy.
Good cop.
Good godly man.
Yep.
Couldn't ask for a bigger heart out of somebody.
I almost feel like he wasn't pulling people over and being an asshole to them. Even if he found dope, I think he was probably like, hey, man, you're going to have to go to jail. But
I believe he was, like you said, one of the good ones, maybe. Not saying none of them's bad down there.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not saying that. So don't pull my ass over and try to take my damn motorcycle or nothing.
I'm going live anytime I get pulled up, and I'm not. I'm polite. I'm cordial.
But I don't have no problem with nobody down there. Even the officer that pulled me over, really, I've seen him out in public now. I think he could have handled things different.
Like an adult.
He could have talked to me off to the side or something, said, hey, don't call me like that again. Don't message me like that again, or we're going to have to do this.
Yeah.
He didn't have to go straight to the worst outcome.
Yeah, go into jail. You've got a felony now on the record or no?
No.
Okay. That's
No,
good.
no
That's a blessing.
felony. I got my pistol permit back. I could probably get on back down there again if they would just talk to me and give me a chance. But I've messaged people, emailed people. I get ignored now.
Well, people mess up. And here's the thing. I'm not saying all of them do stuff because I don't know. But I would almost like guarantee you they're smoking, drinking, doing something they shouldn't
I
be
believe
doing.
everybody drinks. Probably some of the pastors around here drink.
Probably drinking to excess.
And, who knows? But there's nothing wrong with drinking as long as you don't go and act like a fool.
Overboard. As long as you don't lose who you are.
Yeah.
Now, I'll tell you a funny story I heard. Oh, no, back to the guy at the jail. So the guy, the buddy system guy, Zito's friend, I had met him at a bonfire a long time ago with an old friend of mine named Scott Boyd. Yeah, all the time. A good friend of mine named Scott Boyd invited me over to his family's house when we were like 15, 16, 17, 18, maybe 20, but young. We was hanging out by fire. His friend, and again, you're good. I'm friends with his wife or baby mama is very cordial with me. Very cordial, very polite. And I told her, I was like, man, why is he such a turd to me? Why? And she never could really tell me why. She said, like, maybe he thinks your attitude and you think his attitude, yada, yada. She's so sweet. They have a beautiful baby now. It's just at the time, it was two buddies working together. Well, at the bonfire, I had everyone knew I was kind of fighting at the time, So he asked me if I wanted to do some jiu-jitsu by the fire. Well, yeah, I'll play with you a little bit. Let's have some fun. So I choke him, not in a mean way. Just as soon as he tapped and let go, I was like, I was 15, 16. That's what's up, dog. And I do that to people. Not everybody. There's badass people on this planet. People don't get that. And I'm a regular Joe. You got all these people that play football and think they're tough. I'm not saying you're not, but like, man, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't think you're a regular Joe, no. I think you got the best attitude in the world to do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Me, myself, everybody perceives me as some big bad guy. I'm really not. I'm just a big old teddy bear.
Yeah.
Can I get pissed off and get angry? Probably so, but I would rather keep that built inside.
Yeah.
I don't want to be that.
And so I kept asking him about it. I was like, what's the deal? And well, finally it turned up. He was like, people was telling me like, hey man, he thinks he can whoop your ass at like jiu-jitsu or whatever you want to do. And I was like, well, dude, y'all can, like, I'm here to work. I'm not trying to even fight nobody. I ain't trying to fight no inmates. Yeah. I was cordial. I got along,
That's what you're supposed to do.
I had one issue there, and that was a guy that was very angry. Things happened. Nothing crazy happened. I handled my business. He handled his. At the end of the day, we shook hands, was done. But he was telling people that he thought he could whoop my ass is the word that got back to me. Yeah. And that was his attitude. And I was like, well, look, y'all can tell him like we do. We can do this up front. We so me and him ain't fighting in the jail. Tell him me and him can do some jiu-jitsu up front, or we can do some jitsu in one of the boxes. I said, we can squash that. I'm just like, it's cool. We can do whatever y'all want to do. If y'all want to fight, we can. But like, we'll just play on the jiu-jitsu side to stay safe.
Yeah.
And like all that, it just kept happening. It was just terrible, man. So terrible to be around. And that's why I left. But this guy, I was sitting in the box one day and this cat comes in, young kid. He's a cop now. But this was his attitude that I felt and got the vibe from him. He comes in and he goes, hey, man, nice to meet you. How are you? Whop! That was a big, crazy slap at this bottle of Powerade. Within 30 seconds of me meeting the guy, slaps a bottle of Powerade up against a wall, and I'm just like, what are you doing?
What's
going on? Like, I think he wanted me to jump or be skittish or something because he's pretty yoked up. And I was just like, this is the strangest interaction I've ever had with a possible law enforcement officer in my life. If that's your attitude in regular time, what are you going to be like when you get out on the road and someone just kind of isn't scared of you and calls you a pussy or something crazy? And I'll never forget that because we've invited that guy to class through certain officers in the community, you know, that want their boys to be training, but they're too lazy. And there's a chip on their shoulder that they think they don't need to. Any officer, any police officer, period, in this area, besides maybe Big Cat over here in a
Big Cat.
That's a big cat, man.
He
Any regular, and I might snatch his neck is the thing, not in a rude way. I'm just saying any officer, if they were to come to the gym, the first thing we're going to do is shake their hand. Man, we're so happy y'all are here. This is great for us. This is growth for us. This is mat time. Thank you for coming. But if it gets to where we're just live rolling or especially sparring, I'm going to light your head up. But if we're just playing jiu-jitsu, dude, I'm going to armbar you. I'm going to choke you. At some point, you're getting yoked out. What's up? That is so cool. Let me get this time with my daddy, okay? So then, like, so it not because of a meanness. It's just I know that I'm better than you at that because I do practice it. I do have people that I practice with regularly.
Yeah.
You can't tell me getting regular mat time with Will. That cat's fucking strong, man.
He's ungodly strong.
If we could get officers onto the mats with people like Will, with people like me, with people that train regular, and they could. There's another guy that I had on here the other day, jiu-jitsu cat. I can't remember his name right now. I'm terrible at it. But he regularly trains in his police uniform, regularly trying to get to his handcuffs, regularly fighting off a toy gun, regularly trying to subdue people in his gym. He does it like once a week or once a month. That's smart, man.
Yeah, I think it's really smart because, one, you're going to be able to protect yourself or your partner. Mm-hmm. Two, you're going to be able to
not kill somebody.
Oh, I'm getting my ass whipped. Let me just shoot him and be done with it. No, you'll be able to do that person better and save them and maybe teach them what they've done wrong and help them out in the wrong.
Hey, man, you've been kind of crazy. Hey, man, how'd you get me in there? How'd you arrest me? Well, I did this move. You train somewhere? Yeah, I train up here. Come see us. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
That's cool stuff. That's the feel good. That's the community build. But again, I have no name here. So I understand that. On the military, how'd you get into the military?
I just decided I wanted to go do it one day, and I didn't tell Grandma Linda, and I just went to the recruiters and signed up, and that was it, and told her after I'd done it.
They tell you they was getting a free Camaro?
No, they didn't tell me that. I just wanted to serve my country, really.
That's cool, man. What did Grandma Linda say?
She was pissed off. She cussed the recruiter when he come and picked me up, take me off to basic training.
What'd she say?
She was madder than hell. Don't let my son get killed, you son of a bitch. I'm gonna whip your ass. But it was a good time. I mean,
how long was you there? What happened?
I was in the military 2 years, 8 months.
Go on. Let me get this done, okay? I love you.
Me and your mom, we got divorced. I got custody of you. And it was, you was with me on the Army base. It was too rough on you, just to be honest, as a small baby.
Yeah.
It was just too rough. So, I done my time, done what I could do while we was there. You come back home about 6 months before I got out. And that was basically it.
Got to live with Grandma JoJo, Papa P.
Yes.
2 minutes from where I'm at now. I've been on this road my whole life. And so what was it like? What'd you do like in the military? What'd you do?
I was what they call a 63 Tango. I was a track mechanic, a Bradley mechanic. But I never worked on a Bradley. I worked in a MLRS unit. So I worked on the chassis of the MLRS.
What's that?
It's a multiple launch rocket system. So in other words, I just worked on the engine, the diesel engine basically.
Multiple launch rocket system is an engine?
No, the chassis that carries that.
That's cool. All right, cool.
So yeah, I worked on the.
What was a boot camp like?
It was hard. I made some good friends, but it was worth it. Oh, you had good times, bad times. I learned not to fall asleep on guard duty in the hallway of the barracks.
What happened when you did?
They smoked my ass one night. I was in a chair. Next thing I know, I'm getting my ass reamed, and I'm having to knock out push-ups, so I couldn't push up no more.
Yeah.
But I don't regret it one bit. I really don't.
That's cool, man. What was it like growing up with old Sam Graham playing football with him? What was that like? How good was he? Because like I wasn't there at that time. I've heard a lot. I hear a lot of stories about Sam.
He was.
What'd they say? What'd they say? What was the little rhyme y'all had?
He was the best football player around here. He had a head on his shoulders.
Him and Tinker? Who's coming out?
Sam.
Really?
I would think, yes.
Okay. All right. Keep going. I'm listening. Head on his shoulders. Where he's at.
He good Christian man.
Very nice.
On the field, same as he was off the field. He didn't have no shit attitude. Good Christian man. Kept me out of trouble. Tried to keep me on the right path. Kept me in the gym. I couldn't ask for a better friend. He was my best man at my wedding when I married your mom.
Named your boy after him. It's a good
Yes,
name.
I did. Anybody could look up to.
Yeah. What's he's got some kind of illness right now, don't he? Is that from football or is it just something that happened?
I believe it's just something that happened. I don't really know, so I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna comment and say, "Hey, he's got this," but it's just something that happened.
And I'm not talking shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's just something that happens.
Heck,
But he's still coaching, I think,
Yeah.
and working down here at the Christian school, I do believe.
very cool.
But awesome man.
He is one of the nicest people I've ever met. He always tells me, "Tell your daddy I said hey." And
Yeah.
I'm like, I will. What'd they say? What was it? It was something peanut butter jelly and jam. Hike that ball and give it to Sam. You
Something
remember
like that.
Someone
yeah.
hit me with that the other day.
Yeah, it was something like that. He's rung my bell a few times on the football field, though, but he always helped me back up, and he told me, "You're gonna make it," you know.
And everybody ain't like that. Some people
No.
hit you, they go on real shitty people.
Yeah, they just want to pick on people and act like the bigger person.
That's awesome. What was now you got caught with something at school one time. Tell me a story.
I was wanting to hang around the older kids at school, and I bought a joint for $5.
Long time.
About 5-10 minutes after I bought it, I was sitting in the principal's office.
Damn. How'd they catch you?
Somebody ratted me out.
Good God. So what happened?
I got suspended from school for 3 days. The law wasn't called. I planted flowers for Grandma Linda for about a week.
Yeah, she was mad when
She was pissed off.
she wanted them flowers planted though.
Yep, she wanted them flowers painted, but I knew she was pissed off when she was walking down the walkway of the school because I was sitting in the principal's office and I seen her coming. I was like, damn, I'm in deep shit.
She didn't even drive down there. She walked.
No, she
probably.
walked her ass out there.
She was mad. Now she already had her wreck at that point.
Yeah, she had done had her rig, yes.
Was she limping at the time or no?
No.
Dude, she toughest woman on the planet.
To get run over by an 18-wheeler and survive and still go back to her job and work, yes.
Toughest woman on the planet?
Yes.
I wish that I could go back in time and avoid her car wreck and instead get her to fight early. I bet she'd been tough as hell, though.
She's stout.
Yeah.
When she was in the hospital.
What was it? Go ahead. Well, before you go, you're going to get to the hospital part. What was it like for you when the wreck happened?
I was in the 3rd grade, I believe. I got let out of school early that year because they didn't think she was going to make it.
Damn.
It was terrible seeing your mother like that.
Yeah.
I mean, she lost use of one of her hands and had to learn how to write with the other one. The only time her bad hand opens up now is when she yawns.
Yeah, that's cool.
You
I didn't know
that's
that. I thought she had to force up. I didn't know it opened when she yawns.
Just when she yawns.
Why?
I have no clue, but she'll yawn and that hand will open wide open, then it'll close back up.
She's always had her own money.
Own money, yes.
Yeah.
Worked her
Own
ass
money.
off.
Own money.
Put me through school.
Yeah.
Give me
I love
everything I ever needed or wanted.
I love you.
Good woman. I couldn't ask for a better mother.
I know you love Grandpa James too, and this would probably be a bit of a stickler question. He got around a lot, and I've heard, that he got around a little bit on Grandma Linda, like after the wreck and stuff. Do you think it's just how he was built? You think it was like a what? Because I fuck up. I flirt. I don't mean to. Everybody says everything I say sounds like I'm flirting. I don't mean to. I do dirty shit. We're all bad fucking people. Universe is full of bad people. Let's get that out of the way. I'm not judging Grandpa James based on that. I have plenty of good memories of him. I wasn't there for that. I have a time with Grandpa James that was my good time.
I'm going to say like this.
What do you think happened?
I think it was just an old horn dog, really.
Yeah.
Just to be honest about it.
Yeah.
But it was wrong. it's wrong in any relationship to go out on somebody.
Yes.
I've been on both sides of the boat. And if I could go back and not ever cheat on anybody I've ever been with, I would never cheat on anyone.
Yeah.
Because when it gets done to you, that's the most terrible feeling in the world.
I'm with you on that. That ain't nobody's business what goes on with me and my wife.
No,
But I have not been the best husband ever in my life to my wife. If I could take back anything in this world, it would be that, and not being the best dad I could possibly be. It's just we are humans. There is shitty shit out there that's going to happen.
I hadn't been the best dad to you, Sam, or you, Zach, or Miracle, really. But like you said, we're human. We make mistakes.
Yeah.
And all I can do is ask for y'all's forgiveness. And
You're going to ask for forgiveness on the podcast? You're not going to get it here.
not here, you know what I'm saying?
On the podcast.
Not on the podcast.
Eat shit, motherfucker.
No, but I wish I'd have been a better example to y'all.
It's hard, man. But I get it. It's hard. And I appreciate that. And it is hard. And I'm trying, man. I think there's stuff you did good, stuff you did bad. And I'm trying to.
I dated. I married some wrong people. Did some good things come out of that? Yes.
Yeah.
Bad shit happened. Yes.
Yes.
Like
I'm Zach.
It's a learning experience.
Zach knows I'm not a fan of his mother. Now, I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about his mother.
No.
Zach's my brother, right?
I don't want to talk shit about nobody's mother. Really.
No. She's going through it right now.
Praying for her. Hope things get better.
Pray for Zach's mom. Okay,
Please,
for sure. And the good thing did come out was Zach. I love Zach to death, man. Me and Zach are just now getting to hang out as adults and stuff, and it's cool for me, man. Me and Zach have fun. All we do is laugh our asses off. We can't help it.
He's a character.
Yeah, man. And people wouldn't know it because he just don't talk a lot. He don't talk. But once he gets rolling, man, we have a good time, and I love hanging out with that kid. What about so first wrestling match, jitters, all that. When you first decided, hey, I'm going to go wrestle some, what was that like?
I was nervous. I didn't want to look. I didn't want to make the person I was in the ring with look like an ass or a fool. That was my biggest fear. It wasn't about getting hurt. It was making the other person look bad. So it was nerve-wracking. But once you get out there in front of a crowd, it's so easy to run your mouth at people. It's just amazing, kind of like you do when you're putting on a show. It is amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's with your fucking energy, son.
If you talk to me out in the street, I'm just a normal person. But when I'm wrestling, I'm a total different person. Because I get to lift that, I guess, inner demon out.
Yeah, bad person.
That bad person I want to let out.
Yeah.
And I get to let some frustration out.
Because that's when I would say you're too nice to people sometimes.
I am.
Plenty of people probably could be an asshole more. Not me, because I'll fuck you up. But plenty of other people you should be very mean to. Plenty of people that you should be mean to. Plenty of people you should tell eat shit. Hey, man, go eat shit somewhere. And
I just bite my tongue sometimes.
Nah, sometimes man, this area, they think, not everybody. There's good people here. There is good people here. Plenty of them. But there's right up the road.
Jackson.
Packy. Well, who am I trying to say? Ricky Pack and
Ricky
Pack and Miriam.
Yeah.
It was running together.
Yeah.
And I should not have a hard time with their name. I have a hard time with names, period.
Yeah.
Incredibly successful, beautiful homes.
Great people.
Make money, but dude, they have never once up-nosed at me.
No, they never will.
And I know they have more money than me. I know they have to know that because I'm in a double wide. They're in a 2-story house. They've never upped their nose at me. It's always polite. Pawpaw Pete couldn't read a word. And that was one of Ricky's best friends in the world.
Yes.
But on that hand, there's also this whole other group of people that think because Daddy had some money, Sammy
they're
can't.
Better.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, I don't care how much money you have of your daddy's. For the most part, I'm going to whoop your ass. I'm going to work harder than you. I'm going to be more successful than you because I don't have to bank on Daddy's money. I have to be successful. I have to hunker down because I have my kids.
Yep.
And when I do get rich, and I'm going to get my money, I'm not going to be an asshole to people that don't have money because I'm here. I've been around. I've been here. I've been have no money. I'm going to try to get that next guy up, get that next cat up, get that next cat up.
It's better to build people up and try to push them down in a hole, not help them out of that hole.
Correct.
You don't want to look down on somebody when they're down on the ground or down on their luck. You want to shoot your hand down there, help them up,
I'm going to show you how to make some money right quick.
and help that person out.
The AFC monetarily was not a success. Monetarily, it wasn't. As far as experience, as far as people wanting to look at my resume reads like gold. Now, I've worked places, plenty of work. Now, I mean work. I work a job, pay the bills. Just work, go home, work, go home. Okay. Little short-term gigs. I've done that. My resume reads like gold. And that's a skill. Not a skill. I think that's something that people don't look enough into. Now, I don't have a college degree. I don't have a big educational background. I don't have a massive business background.
But
I have nearly 6 years. Is it 6 years or 4 years? 6 years with the AFC.
You started in 2017-ish.
So nearly a little over 5 years. I have 5 years of experience of event planning, of budget management, of insurance filing, of tons negotiation, 5+ years of negotiation, all this stuff. So it makes my resume, read good.
Yeah.
If you looked at my email right now, people want that resume, boss. They want to look at it, which is great. Now, I'm looking at everything. I have to look at everything. I have to see what's going to work best for them. Now, I can go off and I can go Wolf of Wall Street whenever I want to, right? I can go be a wild scumbag piece of shit and not be here for my kids, right? Go make money, snort blow in a bathroom, get drunk at the strip club. I ain't going to do that. I ain't that guy. But, and I say all that to say, if you don't have a good resume, someone needs to get a good resume. If you're job hunting, make your resume look nice. You can get Mama, she got a pen. You can get a setup on your computer for free and type your skills into it and make it look nice. Adam Bennett said this is cool. He said, "Did you ever work in shows for ACW and Boaz for Mickey Henry?"
Sure did. And that ring down there is probably like landing on concrete. Mickey broke my finger one night when he went to hit me with a chair.
Oh God, how? Tell me.
I went to block the chair. The chair hit my hands first and broke my finger.
Trey said, "Suplex me before you leave." He's got 20 on it. Trey, you're going to lose money. You're going to see my dad get choked on a podcast.
Maybe if Dad was in better shape and would train more. Train's the biggest key because Dad works about 3 jobs sometimes.
Because I don't. Tell me about that time. Tell me about that time I strangled you in front of everybody.
Where? When you had the wrestling event done?
Yeah, man.
That's one of them things. You was better at it. I mean, no doubt.
Now, do you want to know how? So, you don't know this. So, night before I worked at the jail. I got off work. I went there. I went directly there, 7 a.m. that morning, and we set up the cage, right? We got to the end of setting that cage up, and you know what happened? The ceiling was too low.
Oh, shit.
So we took the cage back down, moved it to the next room over, put it up, and then I choked you. So just know that I was on like 0 hours of sleep in like 48 hours.
But if Dad could train more, which Dad probably will after the first of the year.
You should. Everybody's going to, we got a New Year's resolution. Get choked by my son. I'm going to touch his dick again.
Daddy's silly, ain't he?
Adam Bennett said, "What was your ring name?" He thinks he remembers you as a kid.
Major Havoc.
And you had another. You was always Major Havoc. There were some other ones though. I remember you were Poison at one time, right?
No, it's always been Havoc.
You were Venom at one. You ran Venom one night. I know because we were at a show. You were a different guy. You painted your face black.
I don't remember that.
I remember. Remember that time you and I think it was Buzzsaw, I might be wrong, was having a match in Rome, Georgia at some little rundown building. Remember the old man? The kind of chunkier
at the Tire Center.
I think so, yeah. And you and Buzzsaw was having a match, and you came up to where we were, and you didn't mean to, but man, you grabbed my chair, and y'all concertoed. Y'all slapped the chairs together a couple of times right there, man. Do you remember that or no?
Yeah, I do that now.
I remember that. That's pretty cool.
Buzzsaw, that's probably the hardest I've ever been hit with a chair. Was by him, and he busted my head open with a ukulele one time.
Why? So why do you and Buzzsaw like those matches so much?
Just one, because we trust each other so much. Because if you're going to do a match like that with somebody, you got to really trust that person, I would say.
You're gonna bleed some, so you're
You're
gonna
gonna-
hurt some.
You're going to get hurt, but there's fun. That was them type of matches was my favorite ones, and I had more fun doing them type of matches. Getting thrown on thumbtacks, getting hit with a barbed wire bat, crutch, whatever it was. When you get hit with that shit, yeah, it hurts, but something happens and it turns a switch on inside of you, and it's just an amazing feeling.
Adrenaline rushing.
It's
the
adrenaline
fans.
rush from
Wah!
hell.
So what's the deal with KLT right now? Why are you not getting to wrestle there? We're actually doing a documentary. I got in touch with Ricky. Ricky, what's his last name?
Wiggins.
So I got with Ricky Wiggins.
I broke a rule, I guess you would say.
Hang on. Me and Tyler Perry are going to go down there and do a documentary. What I'm saying is, I think you are a good wrestler. I think you're fun. I do think you're getting old, and I've told you before.
Oh, yeah, I'm turning 50 next year.
I've told you before. The reason I think I've been not so successful, that sounds wrong. The reason I think the AFC was the success that it was that passion, and I'm totally fine with not being the guy. You think when I fought at Rainsville, I couldn't have put myself in the main event and fought some
You
giant
could have, but that
chicken
would have been
shit?
right.
No,
That
it
would've been
wouldn't.
right.
I know I ain't got to be that guy. And I think sometimes you need to accept that. I think you need to try to put a wrestling show together. Not here. Not in Alabama, where the athletic commission is going to fucking eat your asshole.
Yeah, they're going to ream your ass.
Yep. Go up to Rome. Put a show together.
Probably couldn't do it in Rome because there's probably three shows in Rome right now.
Do one with Ricky.
The reason I can't wrestle,
It ain't Ricky.
it ain't saying that I can't wrestle at KOT. It's just say I broke a big rule in
What
wrestling.
was the rule?
You're not supposed to talk about stuff. Just say that.
Yeah. Well, no,
And
no.
I talked about it. It got back to the people in the back, and
Go ahead. I'm listening. Mom.
that's it. They said they would let me come back, but I never have got a phone call.
They ain't
Would the
offering.
people like me back? Maybe if they bugged the hell out of them enough, they'd bring me back.
What I think would be fun is you should go with us when we do the documentary. We can talk to you, get your opinion on stuff, because we're going to interview other people too.
Yeah.
And let's see if anybody says anything to you. We'll have everything on camera. Everything on that.
There's
that
not a shadow of a doubt. If I went over there with y'all and done that, people would talk to
Let's
me.
do it. We'll get it'll be fun.
Because every time I've been over there just to watch a show, nearly everybody in the damn building wants to ask, well, when's Major Havoc coming back? When's Major Havoc coming back? Well, they won't bring him back for some odd reason.
That is weird. So let's go over there and cause a little bit of a scene. It'll be fun. Not necessarily cause a scene. I'm going still in good faith to get cool footage to interview people.
It'd be
I think it'll be
awesome.
good for everything. But I think if it ends up good, cool. I do think you should get a going away match. I just think you're fucking 50. I think you should do a going away match and then kind of turn it into cameos and stuff here and there because we're getting old at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But I think you should put wrestling shows together. I think it would be fun. Now, is it going to be rocky at first? Yes. But I think the passion shines through on everything that is done on this planet. If you are passionate about something, that's going to come through.
I love doing it. I think someone like yourself would be better at doing that. But
I don't know how to book wrestling. I'll do it with you. I'll do
It
it
would
with
be.
Let me rephrase that. I don't give a fuck about wrestling, right? I
Yeah,
don't know.
and I love it. I love it.
And that's why I'm saying, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just don't have any kind of. It's not that wrestling's not awesome. It's just I watch wrestling on TV like I watch football, like I
Yeah.
watch baseball. I don't watch it. Fighting I love, so it's easy for me to put effort into.
Mhm.
You love wrestling. You've done
I
what
love
for
it
what,
very much.
30 years?
Since '95, so
So 20. What year is it?
It's-
27 years. That's 30 years. Is that right? Yeah, that's 27 years. Because I'm 29.
I've wrestled, a number of different places, and I've wrestled a few big names, not a lot, but
Who's the biggest name? Tell me.
Jake the Snake Roberts.
You wrestled Jake Roberts?
the
No, you
one-
did not.
One Man Gang.
No, you didn't wrestle Jake the Snake.
Yes,
When?
it was.
Where was I? You left me at fucking home so you
You
could
was
snort
out-
blow. So you
No.
could snort blow and wrestle Jake the Snake. You're a real piece of shit.
No, it was probably 6-7 years ago.
No. Is that on
Yes.
video anywhere?
Probably somebody's got it.
That's cool, man. Were you Major Havoc versus Jake the Snake?
It was a tag team match.
Who cares?
About 4 of us.
Who cares? That's cool.
But it was fun.
I know.
Nice guy in the back talking to.
Yes.
They was all nice. Really.
That's very cool. I did not know that. Derek Mintz is on here. He said you and his daddy got the same birthday. Zach said he's going to storm the ring at KLT.
Zach get his bitch ass whipped.
So we're going to touch a base on that in a second. For the thing, Zach's very tall.
Very.
Cuts an imposing figure. He has a wonderful mullet. So the ring, the mask behind you,
Mhm.
he's going to be with me, and he's going to have the mullet flowing out of the back, and he's wearing the mask all night. He's not talking like, who's this guy? I'm like, this is one of the best talents in the world. He's scoping out y'all shit.
Oh my god.
He ain't got to talk. I'll talk for him. I'm a
That'd be
wrestler.
better.
Yeah. And I'll just cut it out for him. I'm like, he's from Mexico. This is we'll call him like something like the smoking mullet, but in Spanish. La Himerto Moleto or something. But I don't know how to speak Spanish, but something like that. So we had a show in Coleman, Alabama.
Yep.
There was a whole bunch of just mess. After Christian Eccles fought somebody, him and a sponsor got into it. Blah blah. I don't care. I like them both enough.
Yeah.
They both have good qualities.
Yeah.
I don't have to pick a side. I don't.
Every time I've ever talked to Christian,
He seems like a polite young man.
super nice guy, respectful.
Yeah.
Always nice to me.
Always a polite young man.
Yes.
Christian Eccles has redeeming qualities. Business speaking, polite to me. Jaden Watson has redeeming qualities. This isn't about them. This is just the thing that happens. You remember?
Bullshit happens at every show.
Yes. Yeah. You just fought a person. Testosterone's going to be wild.
Yep.
So yeah, bullshit was going to happen. But now what I'm getting to, at one point in time, this cat stormed the ring and I snatched him by his
I seen that.
fucking neck and I threw him out. I said, "Get the fuck out!" I was so mad
Yeah.
because like you're not supposed to be in here, and I'm gonna get in trouble right now. I'm getting in trouble this day.
Yep.
I snatched him and I threw him out. Normal. I didn't dump him on his neck. I didn't punch him. I didn't hit him. I thought and Christian told me after that he knew the guy, but all I seen
Was somebody storming in the ring.
this.
Because when he was storming in the ring, he about hit Vicky and the kids.
Yes. He runs. He's beelining for Christian, cussing up a storm. Hey, motherfucker, all crazy stuff. And so I snapped. No, sir. Now I caught a lot of grief for that. I got in trouble. I was sent videos by the athletic commission, an email. They were going to call me, make me come to Montgomery to deal with all this stuff. Yeah. I say all that to say, how many times in wrestling have y'all whooped some? Let's skip it. What is someone storms the ring in any wrestling venue in the world? What's happening? What's protocol?
Protocol, they're going to get the fuck beat out of them.
Why?
Plain and simple.
Why?
You're there to protect each other.
Yep. Don't know what the hell's going on. Who gets in that ring?
No, nobody but the two people wrestling gets in that ring.
And the referee.
People stormed the ring one night in Cave Springs. This guy did. And I was whopping him over the head with a damn flagpole. Everybody else was beating his ass. If you don't get in there and fuck with the wrestlers, plain and simple.
You don't do it.
No.
Same thing in a fight. If you want to fight, sign up. We can get you a fight. That's easy. Oh, I want to fight him. Okay, cool. Easy enough. It's an easy win for him.
No.
Maybe not. Maybe you whoop his ass. But no one should be. We don't know.
No.
We don't know you got a gun. We don't know you got a knife. As far as
what kind of, bloodborne pathogens you might have?
Yep.
You get blood on somebody? Always get your blood work done.
So agreed. You got to stay safe. So I remember 2 weeks later or like the week before, it was 2 weeks later. It was 2 weeks later. It was 2 weeks after I got my message. Hey, you're going to have to come up to Montgomery for a meeting. What happened at a WWE show in like Huntsville? Cat stormed the ring. Got the shit kicked out of him and threw out.
And nothing happened to that right there.
They never said nothing else to me about it. I was like, well, that's normal.
That's just because they got a little more money than you,
Yep.
and they can pay people off, probably.
Why do you think they charge us so much? I want to say 25 grand, but I'm going to say 13 grand. Why are they charging us so much fucking money to do it?
Greedy. Because they know you're going to pay that to put that show on.
They're making us use their people. Venues ain't cheap. Insurance ain't cheap. We have to use their doctors, their refs, their this. Hotels ain't cheap. Tennessee's getting to grow the sport. If you look at, I know AFL's canceled their February show. They're not doing a February show. I'm doing a March show, and I'm just going to barely get to do the March show, and that's if sponsors hop on board more.
No.
13 grand is 13 grand.
Will you ever do another show around here, you think?
I think when I fought Trey Manley at Rainsville, I think that was probably it. I think that was probably the last one we'll get. not the people, the regular people that buy the tickets.
They want a show.
Man, I love them people.
It's the sponsors, though.
No, the sponsors we had were great. It's just we need more, man. It's so expensive is the thing. Huntsville, almost everything. Coleman was the greatest sponsor turnout we've ever had, ever.
And people don't realize what you have to pay out of your own pocket to put on a show.
They think I'm just making money, dude. I live in this nice double wide. I'm double wide successful, Pop. So it's just all that money. Coleman was the greatest sponsor turnout we've ever had. They paid, and this is a credit to Jaden Watson because he's the guy that found the sponsors. And Ray Eccles sponsored the show too. So if they could find a way to, so let's say Jaden, Christian, and Ray find a way to get along.
That'd be awesome.
If they would find a way to get along, find some way to make it a cohesive unit, and they'll put me on putting badass shows together and help me fund it.
Y'all would be unstoppable.
They can't fucking touch us is the thing. But because all these people that do have the money can't get along, because I'm not a people pleaser. I'm going to do my shit because I know what I bring to the table. There ain't not one soul in this county, in this state, the next state over, the next state over, the next state over that puts on a show like I do. If I had $100,000 right now and they told me to go put on a UFC caliber show, let me just tell you. So imagine, right? Venue starts, right? Lights cut. Lights are out, man. All of a sudden, lasers. And it comes to the center of the ring, right? All of a sudden, there's smoke. One light, like a holy light on the center of the ring, right? Smoke starts billowing, like a lot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, you're like, man, what's going on? And all of a sudden, someone goes, look, the rafters. And all of a sudden, this cat's got this. He's
harness on it.
Yeah, but he comes down like this.
Yeah.
He hits the middle. He's disappeared in the fucking smoke, man. He comes up. He feels that vibe, man. He feels that vibe. And all of a sudden, he goes, and the mic drops.
Kind of like Mr. Anderson.
Yes, but it's Jake fucking Harris. I'm still going with Jake because he's a great announcer.
Great announcer,
He
yes.
snatches the microphone. Rainsville, Alabama. Are you ready?
Yes.
He starts preaching to him, man. Off to the sides or even off the ring. Fire. Fire. Lasers going crazy. Be wild, man. There's not a showman like me. Not around here, not for fights. It's all kind of half-ass shit. No offense. No offense intended. Not half-ass shit. It's just I have such a high passion and expectation for what a show can be and should be able to be if we could afford it.
Yeah.
Billy Swanson in Chattanooga, Tennessee
Awesome.
is probably going to be the closest thing to me in that area.
Billy's a good, nice guy.
He is, man.
Meaner than hell. I wouldn't ever want to get into it with him.
No.
But once I've talked to him, just messaged him.
He has the same love for the sport that I do.
Yes, and he's just an all-around nice guy. He's always been respectful to me.
He has wonderful support in Tennessee where he's at in Saudi. They all say the same thing. If you ain't Saudi, you ain't nobody.
Yep.
I'd love to have the same support here. I understand why I don't. I don't hunt deer. I didn't play ball. I understand. I have the support that we do have. Holy shit. People come from here. People come from Huntsville. People come from Coleman. People come from Decatur. People come from Mississippi, Ohio, Florida. What y'all want? We've got it like that, and Billy does too. But what he does is he's got it's cheaper to do shows in Tennessee, and he has a passion for it. Yes. He doesn't just want to put two random losers in a cage. He wants to put two evenly matched. People can say the best fighting the best. That's debatable all the time on every show, but it should feel like that, right?
Yeah,
it should feel like that. It should feel evenly matched, and that's what he does. People are evenly matched. They have great pay-per-view. They've got lights coming in. I'm very proud of Billy, how he's doing his show.
Yes.
And,
they got a new building now.
Who?
Billy.
Building a new gym, yes.
Yes. They're moving the stuff in today and tomorrow, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So best of luck to him, I would say.
Billy Swanson's teaching the wrestling up there. Jeff Powell's teaching the kickboxing.
Yes.
Jeff Powell's the best kickboxing coach to ever hit the area. Yes. He taught me so much. There's not a single person. There's plenty of y'all that can wrestle with me. There's not one person that lives here in DeKalb County that can kickbox with me, and we can debate that. Come show me. There's not. And it's because of Jeff. I was incredibly unathletic, incredibly unconfident in my stuff, and Jeff has made me a sharp person.
You've got better since you were.
Yes, he's amazing. And the people in this area that train here, and if you see this, I'm calling you out, they did not appreciate what they had. Whether it's me, Devin Davis, Trevor Peak, Cole Wales, Alex Batista, Corey Perigo, anyone that trained here in this area that wanted to maybe do something did not appreciate just how good they had it because they just weren't there.
Yeah.
There was plenty of people here that are athletic. They could have showed up and got good and did some big stuff, and they just didn't. And it caused Jeff to leave. It's a big
He's got to make a living.
Yes. It's a big reason that I'm going to end up leaving because I'm still young enough and in shape enough that I can fight people. I can still fight some people and beat some people, maybe get me a belt, a little belt. Probably not a TV belt, but I deserve a belt. I spent the 4 years that I did the AFC, I was running the AFC, I was helping run the gym, and I was fighting people, and being a dad, and being a husband. That's a lot on the plate, man.
It's a lot of shit.
Mentally health speaking, that was a lot. Now, what if I had just put shit shows together and then fought weak people myself? Y'all think I wouldn't have probably been on TV too? Yeah, I'm not saying Trevor doesn't. Trevor beats me up in a fight, right? We've had really good sparring matches. Y'all can ask him about them if y'all want to, and he'll tell you the truth. We've had some insane shit in that gym. But one thing that I do better than anybody is talk. Would I have made $1 million? Probably not. Would they have gave me a TV spot to run my mouth? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. But I was focused on giving a platform for Trevor, a platform for Bonnie, a platform for Will, Devin, all these people. They didn't appreciate and accept and fully embrace what was offered as a possibility. Did I want to be successful through all of it? Yes. Yes. Could Austin Hickton have beat Jose Evans had he trained? Yes. Yes, he could have, man. Yes, he could have on that night. He could have 100%. I seen Austin like 2 weeks of that like 6-week camp. And that's maybe 2 weeks. They just didn't fully accept and embrace what they had. They had it made, and if they just could have hunkered down and worked a little bit, man, I'm not saying they all would have been on TV, but they all might have been on TV. Another thing on the fights is everybody thinks it's just fighting people. It doesn't have to be fighting people. What people don't understand is that's a platform. That's a platform. If you can fight okay, cool, that's great. Go win some fights. If you win belts, oh man, extra good. If you're in the UFC, Bellator, ONE FC, these big shows making a living, man, good. That's what the hell we want for you. Good for you. We do want those people. But it's not just that. Say you're not that good, but you can talk. Say you're not that good, but you can speak about a fight. Say you're not that good, but you can do really flashy shit, right? Like Cole Wells. Cole is that good.
Cole's good.
Cole's nice. Cole's good. The only real coach Cole's ever had is me. He had a little time with Jeff. Everything that Cole does good is because of him. I just call it. I'm like, hey, I'm playing a video game. Try this out. And he does it.
Yeah.
There's no reason whether he fights more, if he never fights again. If he just keeps training and stays in shape enough to do really cool, fancy spinning shit, he could go be a double for Spider-Man in a movie. He could go be a double in Roadhouse.
He's good.
There's avenues, man. The Rock has cousins that don't wrestle or fight. He's got a cousin that's a stunt double for movies doing crazy shit, making probably pretty good money.
Oh, yeah.
People have to understand it's a platform. Do I think there's a ton of money in the AFC? If I was going to sell the AFC, I want 200 grand. And if you came at me with 150 grand, cool. Those are my 3 letters. That's my baby that I made. No one made that but me. Ignore that. No one made that but me. And if I was going to sell it and stay on and help run it, I would want an amount of money equal to time and effort and money that I already put into it.
You should.
But quiet down. But what I see long term, is there some dollars there? Yes. If
you get the right support.
Yes. If we get the right support to pay for it to make it happen, and if people use that platform the right way. You have to pay attention. You have to realize you have a platform. There's plenty of politicians in the area. They ain't running Donald Trump size rallies. What if at Rainsville when I did 2,500? What if when I did 1,400 in Albertville? What if when we did 750 in Coleman, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, and I was running for a position on the Alabama Senate or something crazy like that, and I had decided to run, hey, man, vote for me. I'm the guy. That's a platform.
You're building yourself up.
That's a platform you have to use. I didn't do that. I'm just saying, what if I had? And that's pretty crazy. What's the craziest thing you've seen in a wrestling arena going on? What have you seen?
Match-wise or fans?
Well, I mean, like, have you ever seen someone shoot up in the back?
No.
Never?
Never have.
Never, ever?
Never, ever have.
Have you ever seen anybody, you ever seen anybody get drunk and do a wrestling match? You ain't got to say no names.
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, how'd it go?
It went all right, but when somebody's drunk, you don't want to get out there in the ring with them, really.
Because you don't know what's going on. What about Jeff Hardy, man? How good is he, and how much of it?
He's bad as hell.
Yeah.
He's good.
How much do you think he was kind of messed up by the pills and stuff? He could have been one of the best, or no? He's just flashy jumper.
I think he is one of the best.
Yeah.
But people get hooked on pain pills. When I wrestled, I'm not gonna lie, I got to taking pain pills. Why? Because of the stupid, crazy shit I was doing. I mean, you get thrown on barbed wire, you get thrown on thumbtacks, get hit with light bulbs. Eventually, that takes a toll on your body. And one pill equals 2 pills. 2 pills equals 3 pills a night. If you keep doing shit like that, eventually you'll take pills.
Why? So that's why pills are so prevalent. They're just always hurting.
Yeah, you're always hurting.
Heck yeah. What are your thoughts on New Jack?
New Jack, probably the best hardcore wrestler there was
Ever?
About
Mankind. New
Mankind.
Jack. I got
great.
Mankind over New Jack. No?
I kind of like New Jack.
I don't. I feel like he's a piece of shit.
No, he wasn't. Great guy.
You've met him?
Now, I talked to him on the phone a couple of times about trying to get him over to have a match with him before.
Good God, I don't know about that cat. What'd he say?
If I had the money, I could have done it.
How much?
Yeah, it was enough.
How much do you want? Just give me ballpark. 750, 1,000, 1,500?
Closer to 1,000.
Okay. That's not unrealistic. That would have been a crazy match. And I don't know. I'm just not a fan of how he carries himself. Some of the stuff I'm sure is fake. Some of it I don't think is fake. And
Always a good guy.
I'd have probably fought him if y'all would have done a match. I just wouldn't have been able to handle myself. Because I don't even like you like that, but you're my dad. Man, we've done an hour. It's been plenty.
All right, thank you.
We're gonna do it again sometime. I think you've got more good stories to tell.
Let me tell the one thing about Grandma Linda. When she was in the hospital, and I'll shut. She's in the hospital.
You ain't gotta shut up. We can keep going.
Well, and they had to put her in her straitjacket, keep her because she was so medicated. Well, she didn't have but the one good hand, and you know how strong Uncle Dink and Dad was.
Yeah.
Well, they would crank down on that straitjacket, and within 5 minutes of them putting her in that straitjacket, she took 2 fingers on her good hand and would get out of that straitjacket, and she would be laying there out of the straitjacket.
Good God,
you couldn't keep her in one.
I think she's probably the toughest lady that I've ever heard of on the planet.
I would like a going away match, though.
I think that would be good. I think it's a good idea to do. I think it should happen. You're getting older. You're 50. You've done plenty of time. It's not like if it was the WWE or something. I could see where they could be like, well, no, we don't really got to do all that. I understand like they're on kind of a different level than we are. Yeah. Any show though, really that you put in time with, you've had plenty of good matches. You've had plenty of stuff you've done good. You should have some form of going away match. I do think there could be some good matches here where we live, but it's just the area. Why do you think I don't think the wrestling's went downhill, but it seems like so much more often I see less and less people in wrestling buildings. Even the WWE right now feels kind of weird for me. Why?
There's so many other things going around now people's getting interested in. It's hard to keep people interested in a wrestling show sometimes unless you got the money to put into that wrestling show.
Yeah.
The top promoter, or I'm not going to say promotion, I'm going to say the biggest promotion around here, it's got a lockdown on wrestling around here, is the one in Albertville.
Who is that?
Mickey Henry, the ACW. Mm-hmm. He's got the lockdown on wrestling right around here.
Would he let us do a documentary too?
Probably would if you talk to him.
Do you know him? Talk to him first. I don't know him.
I ain't talked to him in forever.
You don't get a number, Messenger, Facebook, nothing?
You can get him on Facebook.
All right, cool. I don't know him from Adam. I like Mankind a lot.
I'd have to go with New Jack.
I think he's cool though. I think you're wrong. I think you're racist.
I'm far from racist.
Why do you think everything's? How do you identify? Male, female, dragon? What are you going?
I'm a damn man. You're born either a man or a woman. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts.
Agreed. But if people want to live their life, here's my problem. I sin. I know what my sins are.
I sin every day.
You sin, you know what your sins are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think if someone wants to live as a girl and be a girl, I think they have that right. I don't think that I should have to go with it. I don't think I should have to say, "What's up, chick?"
I don't think you should downgrade people if they want to do that. You don't want to put somebody down. That's their belief. You may not agree with that belief, but you don't got to be hateful to people, beat them up when you catch them out or something. No. You may not agree with that. Leave them alone.
That's their life. Go on.
And you go on with your life. Let them go on with their life. That's it.
I've had friends that are gay. I don't think I've ever had a friend that's transsexual. I don't think that I have. I don't believe I have. And if you are, I apologize. I'm not meaning anything rude, but I just don't believe that I have. But I've had friends that are gay. I've had friends that are straight. I've had friends that are black, white, Mexican, Spanish, and man, every color of the
There's
rainbow.
all color.
I've had
sorry
so many
people
Yep,
out
yep.
in the world.
I've had so many people be good to me that I am not. Eric Olson, man, prime example. Devil worshiping cat. That's his jam. He runs it into the ground, upside down, cross on his back. And all I say to him all the time is, I'm like, look, man, I ain't got to change your life. You're polite to me. He's nothing but yes, sir. Hey, man, how you doing? How's the family? How are you? How is life?
Awesome.
A wonderful person. And he always says something like about God or Jesus. We don't talk about it. It don't come up. But the few times that it has, I just say, hey, man, I'm going to pray for you. That's all I can do. He says, well, I don't want it. I'm like, well, all right, so I'm going to do it anyway. That's what Bible says do. I'm supposed to pray for you.
Pray for each other.
And like, if he prayed, I would want the same thing. If he sent vibes, I want the same thing. Because again, man, this world, there's so much shit out here you can get into.
Yes.
And it's hard to say no. It's hard to say no.
I think the biggest problem with the world nowadays is everybody's trying to play God and be the judge, and juror, and executioner. Life's too short in this world to have enemies all the time.
Yep.
You need to try to be friends with everybody and get along with everybody. Because once you're gone, you're gone. That's it.
It don't have to be one side or the other.
No, just get along with each other.
People can live however they want to.
You may not agree with each other, but be respectful enough to get along with each other and go on with it.
I think that's a pretty good ending note. 5 years from now, what are you doing?
What am I doing?
5 years. 5 years from now, where you at?
Hope I can get the money to go to college and be a nurse.
That's cool. That's going to take, what, 4 years?
Probably.
Okay, cool. No felony. So easy enough to do. When are you going to start college?
When I get the money. I got to get your sister through college first.
Okay. All right. What's she going for?
Criminal justice.
I got you, man. I really did appreciate the time.
Thank you.
I think it was a good day. I thought that was cool. I think that's going to have some.
Thank you.
I think there was some good in it. I think there's some negative if someone just wants to be negative, but I thought it was a cool day, man. I appreciate the time.
People. Thank you.
Let's see if I think this is going to be a cheer. Yeah. That's been the hour today. That was my pops, Matthew McAlpin. That's been the hour. It's been an hour with my pops, Matthew McAlpin. He's around 123 years old. We might not have him here tomorrow. Y'all pray for him. Keep an eye out. Thanks for tuning in. Share the videos around. Thank you for the time. Zach wants to know if you're going to help if he storms the ring and get jumped on, though. Hey, you heard him. He said, beat your ass himself. I love y'all, man. Y'all have a good Saturday.